What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Capricorn Sun Sign friends. If you were born between the dates of December 22nd and January 19th, then you are a Capricorn Sun Sign, and this video is for you. Before we get into it, I just want to make an announcement. I finally have a website. It's lightofriga.com, and it's going to be a place for you to book a personal reading with me, look at some crystals, learn more about me, but most importantly, it's going to be a place for you to catch up on my daily readings. Every day I post a reading to give you guidance for the upcoming day, so that you can make the most out of the day, basically. So I'd appreciate it if you go check that out, lightofriga.com. Alright, so in this video, we're going to be doing a reading for Capricorns looking at the month of March. This is a look-ahead reading that's designed to give you the leg up on the upcoming month so that you can make it the best month possible. And we're going to be using the Robin Wood Tarot and the Untamed Truth Oracle for this. The Robin Wood has been trimmed and edged and shuffled, so it's ready to go. All I have to do is center myself and get the cards out. So give me a moment, please. Alright, and we're also going to consult the Untamed Truth Oracle. We're going to ask it, what message does it have for Capricorn Sun Signs this March? What message for Capricorn Sun Signs this March? And we will take a look at that card at the end of the reading. Alright, Capricorn friends, let's see what we've got here. I see a nice mixture of cups, pentacles, swords, got everything, wands. Alright, so what we're going to do is take a look at these cards individually and then see what they have to say as a whole. So we'll start on over here, and this card represents the energies of last month, so the energies of February, and we've got the King of Wands. It seems that February was a month for action. You know, as it usually is with Capricorns, you guys put a lot of action into your lives, and I get the feeling that February was no different. You had a plan, is the feeling I'm getting. You had a plan, you stuck to the plan, you put in a lot of work towards that plan, and hopefully you're starting to see some rewards as a result. So it does feel like February was probably a time for you to plant a lot of seeds that will eventually grow into something productive. This is a general overall reading that applies to a large group of people, so obviously not everything is going to apply to all Capricorns. So I encourage you to take what works for you and leave the rest, and also just listen to what I have to say and look at the images and figure out how they pertain to your life. That's going to enable you to get the most out of this reading. So I will say that February seemed like a productive month for Capricorns. You guys put in a lot of work. Maybe you overworked a little bit. Maybe you put out too much energy. Hard to say. I mean, there's good and bad to everything, but yeah, it seems like a productive month. So let's go on over here. This card represents the current present energies now at the time of the end of February, and we've got the Three of Swords. So I'm getting the feeling that a lot of you are dealing with some heartache or some heartbreak or some just disappointment. You know, a lot of readers will read this card as having to do with love relationships, and that's quite possible. Maybe there's some strife in your loving relationships at this time. But I also like to read this personally. I like to read this as heartbreak and disappointment in other kind of areas of your life. And usually what goes along with this card is a lot of negative ego thoughts. So I am getting the sense that there's been a disappointment, there's been maybe a fight, or maybe a kind of moving away from someone you're close to. And as a result, now we're starting to delve into some negative thoughts, negative ideas, possibly. So I am seeing a bit of a problem here for a lot of you. And this problem stemming from some disappointment that has occurred. I wish I could be more specific. Like I said, this is a general reading, but you can always book a personal reading with me if you'd like more info. This card here represents the energies of next month. So the energies of March, and we've got the Two of Pentacles. All right, I see March as being a time of getting back on track. Whatever this heartache or disappointment or whatever is occurring at this time seems to be a quick thing. It's a blip, just a little thing, and then you're back on track. It doesn't seem like a huge thing, and I feel as though March is going to be a time for you to get back on your feet, back to your routine, back to grinding it out and doing those day-to-day activities that you do to bring you closer to your dreams and aspirations. So I think March is going to be kind of similar to February, whereas there's just little things that have to be done, and you go and do them. This heartbreak thing seems like a quick a quick pit stop on your journey. So I wouldn't be too, if it's occurring now, I wouldn't be too concerned about it being a long-lasting thing. All right, so let's check out this card over here, which represents what you should hold on to in the month of March. And we've got the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is about the ego mind, again, but the ego mind kind of restricting. And the feeling I'm getting is that you should be aware that this is happening. You should be aware that a lot of the restrictions that are in your life are there because you believe them. Whatever you believe to be true is true. And I think there's a lot of false information that you believe that is true that is keeping you restricted. Just a quick example, let's say, you believe that you deserve to make 80 grand a year. And guess what? You're going to make 80 grand a year. Okay? That's just what's going to happen. If that's the maximum you believe that you're entitled to, then that's what you're going to make. That's just one crude example. I mean, think of all the different perceptions of your reality. And some of them, I'd say the majority of them are false. They have been implanted in you by others, by your teachers, your parents, society as a whole, and their limitations. And I think March is going to be a time for you to realize these limitations and break away from them. So hold on to that. Keep that in mind as you move through March. This card here represents the biggest hurdle or obstacle you're likely to face in the month of March, and we've got the Two of Cups. And this just, the correlation between this and the Three of Swords is telling me that whatever disappointment or altercation you had in the end of February, beginning of March, I think that relationship is going to be strained, and I think it's going to cause some issues in your life. So I know I said that you'd get over it quickly, and you do, it seems like you will, but emotionally, I think there's still going to be some friction there. So whatever altercation, whatever disappointment or heartbreak is occurring or has occurred recently, I think that relationship is going to pose some problems, and it's going to kind of maybe add to the restrictions that you're feeling. So I don't know what to say. I mean, that relationship needs to be healed. I don't know if it'll be healed quickly. That is up to you and the other person. But just keep in mind that it may slow you down in the month of March. This card here represents what to let go of in the month of March, and we've got the Nine of Pentacles. For some reason, whenever I see the Nine of Pentacles, I think of Capricorn. I think of, and this is a stereotype, I understand, and there are some Capricorns who are not like this at all. In fact, a lot of you are the exact opposite. But a lot of Capricorns are very success-driven. And when I see this card, I think of Capricorn because, this is kind of where Capricorn wants to get a lot of you, is to the point where you're safe and secure. You have a lot of wealth and abundance surrounding you. But I think the fact that this card is in this position shows that is something that you need to forget about this month at least. It's not really serving you. I think it's motivating you possibly to do things that aren't in alignment with your higher self, with your soul. Not to say that the pursuit of money or abundance is a bad thing, but it is to say that sometimes if that is your main goal in life, you're going to come up empty-handed, and if you don't stop to smell the flowers along the way, you're going to get to your end destination, you have all this money, and you're still going to be miserable. So I think this month of March, I think you need to focus on the things that make you happy rather than the things that make you successful. And I think that's going to improve your overall energy, and it's going to make you a happier person this month, and it's going to bring you more energy because you're not putting all your energy into succeeding. So basically, take it easy a little bit, Capricorn friends. That's what I'm trying to say this month. Okay, let's move on over here. This card represents the energy of the people around you in the month of March, and I just want to say that, of course, there's individuals in your life, and they're all going to have individual energy. So, but this card is representative of people in your life as a whole, as a group, and how they're going to be towards you. And we have the Seven of Swords. And this is not such a great card in this position. This is a card of deception, of lying, of cheating. And if it's in this position here with the people in your life, I do get the feeling that you may be misled sometime in March. You may be lied to. You may be manipulated in some way. So I think it's very important in March to keep your head on a swivel, see with your third eye rather than with your eyes, and try to pierce through the veil of deception, because there are going to be people who are going to try to take advantage of you in March, and we don't want that, Capricorn friends. So just be wary. And this is not to say that everyone is. This could be just one person in your life. This could be a total stranger. We don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. But keep your head on a swivel, like I said, and look out for any deception coming from people around you. I don't want to scare you. I'm just saying that is a possibility. All right, so this card here represents the biggest lesson you're likely to learn in the month of March. And we've got the Three of Wands. All right, in society we're taught that the harder you work, the more that is going to come to you. But when we dive deeper into the spiritual realms, we start to understand that what's really important is setting our intention and just doing a little bit of work to bring it towards us, and allowing the universe to bring it towards us rather than us going out there and getting it. And I think that's going to be the lesson for you, Capricorn friends, is you can work a lot, you can put a lot of energy into things, but your intention is the most important thing. What are you truly trying to accomplish? And I think March is going to be a time for you to kind of figure that out. We're coming off a weird time here with the Three of Swords for a lot of you, and it's time to get back on track. And the best way to get back on track is to set your focus. Once you set your focus, everything else will start to fall in line. Yes, you still should work hard, but you don't have to work as hard as you think. If your intention is clear and pure, then you don't need to put as much work as you think into things, and money and success will start to come to you rather than you trying to go out there and take it. So now that we've seen these cards as a whole, definitely feeling that there's kind of a bump here. Okay, you're cruising, big bump, cruising again. So I feel as though whatever is occurring is happening either now, the end of March, depending. It's going to vary from person to person, but it does seem to affect things. Just because you're getting back on track in the month of March doesn't mean it didn't affect you. And I do feel as though that heartbreak or that disappointment is going to linger with you a little bit. There are ways to, kind of diffuse that negative energy. Realize your limitations that you've created for yourself and try to break those away one by one. And I think you're going to find that things are going to be a lot smoother for you once you start to break away self-limiting beliefs. The relationship most likely that was surrounding this heartbreak or this disappointment is going to be strained, is the feeling that I'm getting. And so do what you can to repair that relationship if it is a beneficial relationship for you, but realize that it might take time, and it might not be an overnight thing. It might, this relationship may need to re-heal, and that can take weeks or months or years even, depending on the severity of whatever this Three of Swords is. Don't be so success driven that you kind of forget what's important. You forget to feel alive. You forget to enjoy the present moment. So definitely don't work too hard, Capricorn friends, this month. Work smarter, not harder. And keep an eye open for deception. It's going to be around you, most likely, with the people in your life. And again, it could be a stranger, but it could also be someone you're close to. It could be this same relationship. Who knows? But watch out for it, because people are going to try to, take from you in some way. And the lesson you're likely to learn is that intention is everything. you set the right intention, you put the right amount of work in, and everything is just going to be great. You do have to dissolve some of these self-limiting beliefs. You have to heal some of these relationships, and you do have to take it a little bit easy, in the quest for abundance, right? All right, so before we go, we asked the Untamed Truth Oracle what message it had for Capricorn Sun Signs in the month of March, and we have... fuck it. I'm not usually one for swearing on this channel, but if the card calls for it, the card calls for it. And the message I'm getting from this is that this month is going to be very easy for you to say fuck it. You've, like I said, that Three of Swords just sitting there in the middle just leads me to believe there's going to be some disappointment. And yes, you have the option. Do I rebound back from that, or do I just say fuck it and just kind of sulk? Most of you are going to rebound back from that because that's just the nature of your being, but others will be kind of more prone to sulking. And if that's you, I encourage you not to say fuck it. I encourage you to realize that this is just a blip on the radar, just a little, a little, I don't know, speed bump on the road of life. You'll get over it, and it's important that you get over it quickly because it's not that big of a deal. It may seem like it in the moment, but it's really not in the grand scheme of things. Your relationship will heal, and if it doesn't, it wasn't meant to be, and you're making room for a new relationship. So I encourage you not to say fuck it, Capricorn friends, if you're feeling kind of low negative energy this month, and continue to push forward. Set a clear intention, and you won't have to worry so much about all the pieces falling into place, because they'll just fall into place by themselves. Alright, Capricorn friends, that is the reading. I hope you got something out of that. Remember, this is a general overall reading. If you want a specific reading where I tap into your energy, head on over to lightofriga.com. Go to the personal readings section, and you can peruse the different readings I have to offer, and we can work together to get to the bottom of any issue that you might be having. So I'd appreciate that, lightofriga.com. If you like this video, hit that like button. It lets me know you enjoyed it and got something out of it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about these readings. And if you really enjoyed this reading, please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all the videos I release. I got a weekly reading, I got monthly readings. You don't want to miss out bi-monthly readings, so check that out. Hit that subscribe button. All right, Capricorn friends, there's a little speed bump that you got to get over, but don't worry, it's not a big deal. You will get over it. Get back on track and get back to creating the life of your dreams. So I wish you a happy March, Capricorn friends. Lots of love and light to you. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.